name's Rick Passek, the FlyFish Fanatic, and welcome to my tying bench. Today I'll be tying a little chironomid pattern. This thing has been a pretty good producer for me over the years, especially late season, mid-season, late season, when you need a little bit more attraction. I found that this one works for me. Just simple little name. I called it my green girl. So I'll show you what it is. So in the vise today we have a Hends BL 564 in a size 12. I tie him in a size 12 and 14 with this hook. I have a oversized bead that's a 1/8. I like using the flat black beads. I tied this one here earlier with a shiny black bead, but I prefer the flat black. For the body, it's just going to be green Semperfli NanoSilk in the olive green. For the rib, just again, Semperfli 0.2 millimeter wire in green. And then for the little wing case, I'm going to be using Kreinik Flash. Oh, sorry, there we go, Kreinik. And it's the it doesn't have a color on here. Oh yeah, sorry, pearl high luster is what they call it. A couple of strands of that, and then just add right behind the bead as a part of the abdomen there. I'm going to use a little bit of Arizona semi-seal and Peacock. Okay, pretty simple pattern, like I said, but it has been quite effective for me, especially in mid-late season. I've done really well with it. So oops. Just get your thread started. Nip off your little excess there. Okay, and it's up to you which way you want to do this. You can build up a bit of a thicker body up front here first, because we want a bit of a taper, or you can do it later. I like doing it later. So I'm just going to bring my thread all the way down around the corner, and then I'm going to come back up. Give my thread a bit of a spin to flatten it out. I'm going to take my green 0.2 mil wire. I'm going to lay it in on my side. Oh, that undid on me. Do that again. Make sure that's flat. No, it shouldn't undo. So I'm just keeping that on my side. You can do it on your one side or the top. That's up to you, however you like. Just going to bring this down all the way around the corner again. Now I'm just going to come back up. Cover this up nicely. Okay, I'm going to flatten that out a bit again. Just make sure that thread stays as flat as possible. It just helps to make a nicer body, nicer, cleaner body. Again, I'm going to go all the way back one more time to my tie-in. Flatten my thread again. All the way back forward. And now I'm going to start building a bit of a taper. So I'm just going to flatten again. Just going to go back about a bit more than halfway, and then I'll come back forward. A little bit less than halfway this time. Flatten my thread. Forward. And that's about all I need. I'm going to give it one full wrap right at the back end, and then I'm going to open up my wraps. I come right up behind the eye, you don't, behind the bead. You don't really need to because I'm going to be actually covering some of that up there, but it's just more of a habit than anything from doing chironomids, right? So now I'm just going to helicopter off my thread, my wire. Make sure that's nice and flat. Flatten my thread again. Now, because I'm going to be tying in a fairly slippery material, I'm going to take my wax. I'm going to be just putting a bit of wax on. So now I am going to take just one strand of this. That's all I want. I'm going to double it over. And then I'm going to double it over again. And then if you wanted a bit bushier like that would be like that. If you wanted a little bit more flash, I'll tie some with more and some with less. Just in case, because you never know what the fish want. And now I'm just going to tie that in. I'm going to nip that off first to clean those ends up so they're even. Just catch that in right behind the bead. And I'm going to go back just a little bit. Not too far. And then come back forward again. Okay. And now I can determine what length I want. Again, sometimes I'll cut them fairly long like this. Sometimes I'll cut them really, really short. This one, my average is about like that, give or take. Okay. A little bit of flash in there. Now I'm going to take a little bit of my Peacock dubbing. You can use Peacock Hurl too. I just find that Peacock dubbing it'll stay on better with, you can catch multiple fish with it. Peacock Hurl I find can have a tendency of getting torn off by, especially if you're catching toothy fish, right? So just a little bit of dubbing on there. I'm actually going to tighten that up a bit. So I'm going to smack my light and my camera. Yeah, of course. And then just pick off if you've got too much, which I did that time. Now I'm going to take a little bit of Sally Hansen's. Put that right on the thread. Do my whip finish. Now, a lot of times what I'll do, not a lot of times, every time, it's just not for the video, what I will do is I will finish it up to bring in the wire forward, and then I'll coat it with UV. I'll tie a dozen up like that, and then I'll come back and I'll put the little wing case on here and a little bit of the dubbing. So if you've got some extra long ones, you can see there's some really extra long ones there. I'm just going to give those a nip or a pull off. Just, I mean, you want them to be a little ratty, but you don't want them too long. And that's about it. So I would have, like I said, I'd have the body coated with some UV resin, and that's the fly. It's like I said, it's a very simple fly. If you want, you can actually tie a little dubbing ball in right behind the wing case first, and that'll help hold it up a bit. But I haven't found that it makes much of a difference. So the other way I do these as well is I do it without a bead, but I'll also add a bit of a tail in it. Right, so a little shuck, a little spent shuck in the back end, right? And sometimes even I let it stick out the front. It all depends, but this is my favorite go-to pattern. For this pattern, this is the style that I like the best. So, alrighty, so I hope you liked that video. If you did, give her a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you have, thank you very much, and we'll see you guys on the next time video. Tight lines, everyone.